The following is a special presentation of
PBS
Motorsports.
It was a roller coaster of emotions last week at Talladega. When the green flag fell, all eyes were on the Owners' Championship race. However, 20 laps in, we were all served a reminder of how dangerous a sport this is when Gumby and Larry Bird made contact, and Gumby went barrel rolling down the backstretch at 190 miles an hour. The drivers had to calm their nerves during the caution laps. The race got back underway, only to be stopped again by another scary wreck. Eventually, the race settled down, and we were pleasured by an intense round of green flag stops. And when that dust settled, the Pennsylvania Prancer Wayne Dead Willie was eyeing a win. But Robin Hood, the Prince of Thieves, stole his thunder, slowing down for Walter Sobchak on the backstretch in deflating Dead Willie Nation. Meanwhile, at the front, Sally Ride said, "Talladega, we don't have a problem," and took the checkers. Put on your overalls and grab your spittoons, because we're going back to NASCAR's roots at North Wilkesboro.
That says it all right there, folks. While the championship race, let's get serious here. While the championship race is red hot, the NASCAR world is showing their support for Gumby after last week's flip. Gumby will not be able to start today's race, but he is on everyone's minds as the Winston Cup Series gets ready for the Reynolds Wrap 160 here at North Wilkesboro. Andre the Giant here. Welcome into the PBS Motorsports booth. Gumby strong indeed. As you've undoubtedly heard, Gumby's arms were ripped off in that wreck last weekend. In a show of solidarity, we're all wearing rubber wristbands made from Gumby's arms. Yeah, that's kind of dark, and we're in October, getting close to Halloween, and it's been a dark week. So it was only fitting to welcome Elvira, the mistress of the dark, to the race. Oh, man. Come on. Jeez Louise. Let's take a look at these points, gang. 3 races remaining. Jennifer K, 1 point lead over Sienna. It's still a 4-owner battle until Angel Elvira slaps his thing, waddles into the circle and throws his thing in there. It's just a 4-owner battle here down the stretch. That's our main focus. RFY down there in P14. It's just been a rough week. The Owners' Championship thing is the last thing on his mind. After his driver Gumby lost both of his arms, so it's not funny. It's not funny, folks. Then the individual cup standings with 3 races remaining. Wayne Dead Willie with a 10-point lead over Jolly Green Giant. And right now, he's lost all of his teammates there, except for Jolly Green Giant. He's right there. I just said it. Damn it. But his teammate, Jolly Green Giant, is there. And Paul Revere is making it into the Legend Series. Robin Hood right now in the pervert seat. On the outside looking in. That's why we call it the pervert seat. Of those top 10 AI drivers getting into that eventual Legend Series. And you see over on the right, P28 Gumby. Although he won't be racing for the rest of the season, we will be keeping his name in the standings, since it would mess up our stat process on the back end here at PBS Sports if we change the alphabetical order of the drivers and stuff. So it's going to be Gumby the rest of the season in the standings. So let's get down to this track. Let's shake off all this stuff. We should have some fun here. Get back to NASCAR's roots here at North Wilkesboro. The fans here were treated to an unexpected surprise right before the green flag is about to fall. They showed Gumby he's in attendance. He's sitting with New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft up there. Gumby got a standing O. Just an outpouring of support from the fans. Awkward moment came when Robert Kraft tried to high-five him. The crowd booed there, and I don't know if Robert Kraft was expecting one of those happy endings he got, like in Florida at that massage parlor or whatever, but it's not going to be happening today, brother. All right, folks, no time for shits and giggles here. Greg Sachs, the replacement driver for Gumby for our final 3 races of the season. He's there on the Superflow pole. Queen Elizabeth is going to be taking a hard left onto pit road here very soon in the pace car, and we're going to get going. Find your favorite driver in the starting grid. When things settle down, we'll figure out where all these big owners' cars are. We just don't have time to do it right now. We could have planned ahead and had a hot intro, but this is the Winston Cup Series. Wayne Dead Willie warmed up his tires in 3 and 4. Not the usual pre-race ritual that makes the women go crazy, and some of the men. But hey, pitter patter, let's get at her. We are underway here at the Reynolds Wrap 160 at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Race 28 of 30 in the Winston Cup Series season. A season which has exceeded all expectations in every metric. Just incredible. Especially this Owners Championship race. One of the hottest things going on the internet. I don't even have to know what else is going on the internet to know this is hot. This is as hot as it gets. "160 laps here." That's where that 160 comes from in the race name, folks. And full damage and no random caution. It's a short track. We'll get a caution. Don't you worry about it. Maybe. All right, we got to get to lap 10, 11-ish to clear the wreck timer. But listen, guess what, folks? If you're hearing me say this right now, we have cleared the wreck timer in the future. So, there's no suspense there. So probably next season at PBS Motorsports, we won't even mention the wreck timer. We'll keep it on the screen. Keep that hot graphic on there explaining it. But the whole purpose of the wreck timer, it only came into play whenever there were a bunch of owners and there was money on the line. With 2 races to go here and an Owners Championship race, you have George Costanza here for Jennifer K. Say he race 29, he wrecks early on and it seems like it's an AI racing problem. And we don't restart the race, okay? Because we're like, hey, he sucks. You know, I'm going to keep this race going. And then race 30, say Walter Sobchak for Danielle wrecks. And it's just a little bit of a bigger wreck or something early on having to deal with the AI. We restart the race there. Jennifer will be like, what the hell, brother? Why didn't you restart it for my guy? So we had to come up with that 4-minute rule that basically no wrecks can happen within the first 4 minutes of the race. That should just be put in that graphic and then just shut up about it, you know? Not just every race like, hey gang, are we gonna clear the wreck timer day? So we're not doing that next season. We'll keep it up for this season because it's a tradition. But we're not doing it in seasons going forward. Keep an eye on your cars here early, the movers and shakers. Wayne Deadwillie back there started P30. He's like P34, but he's running hot action, 3-wide action here for a while. You know, Gumby surprised the crowd here before the race, but all these drivers knew he was here. He showed up at the track Wednesday and surprised all the drivers in the drivers meeting. We were all naked in there, and he came in through the door, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house. You know, pretty remarkable. And you can cut the tension here at North Wilkesboro with a knife. I'm not talking about the championship tension. I'm talking about that sexual tension between me and Wayne Deadwillie. It's been festering all season long, and I only have a couple more races to try to do them. I don't think it's going to happen. I felt like I had a chance maybe 4 or 5 races ago, and it's kind of fizzled out. But also, I can't force him to do anything, you know. But the tension is there. Even Gumby Gumby almost died, lost his arms, and even at the meeting, when he was at the track Wednesday, he came up to me. He was like, "Hey, did anything happen with you and Wayne yet?" And I was like, "Nah." Like that shows you what kind of guy he is. He doesn't have arms. Everyone's attention is on him, and he still takes the time to pull me aside and ask me about my sex life. That's the kind of guy he is. That's why the entire NASCAR world has embraced him and shown the love and support that he deserves as he recovers from his devastating injury at Talladega. Anyway, we cleared that wreck timer, so we'll send it down to Wayne Dead Willie. He's in the Unocal 76, number 76 Chevrolet. He's been giving us some great in-car camera pictures all second half of the season. It's not going to stop today. He has that Radio Shack onboard camera all fired up, and he probably has an erection right now. So we'll send it down there to Wayne.
Thanks, Andre. I can hear everything you're saying. Yeah, good point about the wreck timer. And tell you what, I think PBS Sports, I think we have it in our budget to build a new announcing booth there before next season. I like this. I've been able to get down to the inside. There were a couple hairy laps there early for the entire field. Me too. Like it's just so tight here.
Clear, car up high there. Clear. Stay low, car up top. Stay low, car up top. Still there. Stay low. Clear up top, car outside. Stay low.
really wish I didn't have to talk during the race because I'm trying to focus and hit these marks. This is a really fun track to master, I guess, throughout the course of a race.
Clear.
Well, I don't have to talk. We'll send it to Andre for the first field snapshot here.
Wow, it's back to me again already. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I talked a bunch there. In the early going. But yeah, in the early going, Greg Sachs in the lead out there, 1.18 seconds ahead of Larry Bird, Whitney Houston, Muhammad Ali. We don't talk about Muhammad Ali ever because who cares? He just hasn't been good all season. The Truxel, the owner, doesn't comment much. It's brutal. Betty Rubble there, P5. Elton John, Russ Wheeler, Dale Earnhardt. That's the big first big name, owner name there, running P9. Not sure what these movers and shakers look like right now, folks. Willie Shakespeare, P14, made some moves. Walter Sobchak, P17 for Donnie L. Look the F out there for Donnie L. Keep those cars up front. Good God almighty. Benedict Arnold for R.A. Kaiser, P16. Speedy Gonzalez, P19. Good God almighty. Keep those cars up front, too, for R.A. Kaiser. But where is Jennifer's Costanza? He's back in P26, and then we need to find CMR's cars. Robin Hood has dropped to P40. That is I feel like that's a big drop there on the initial start, and he's got Harry Balls in P27. So hot start here early. Yeah, Greg Sachs out in the lead there for the Gumby machine. We could always go in and really soup his car up and, make him win the race and have it be a feel-good story. But just so you know, folks, we didn't do that. We definitely didn't. This isn't a bit. We didn't do it. But the entire NASCAR world is pulling for Gumby. We're all Gumby Nation. Unless there's 5 laps to go, I bet Wayne Deadwillie's putting Greg Sachs in the fucking wall. And that's how Gumby would want it. Anyway, let's send it down to Wayne. Pit stops are coming around lap 46.
Stay low.
All right, thanks, Andre. I got to settle down here. I remember the first, ages ago this season, we were at North Wilkesboro, and I had a bad first, and the end of my first run was really bad because I used my tires up in a hot start. So now I'm really kind of trying to settle in now.
Car outside.
And keep those tires realistic for the end of the run.
Stay low, car up top.
I'm doing all right, but I can't stop racing. And usually I prefer racing because it slows me down, and I can save the tires some that way. But at some tracks, you just have to like kamikaze down into these turns to get around them, and it chews up your tires. But thankfully, I think I'm all right now. I'm not sure if I'll be able to pick up any ground here. But I got teammates in front of me, and one of them will be my North Star on who I'm pitting with. Especially at a track like North Wilkesboro, I do have to play ball with my pitting rules because the merging can cause wrecks, and I know that, so I'm not going to just stay out and not go down a lap always and win the race all the time. Tell you what, those cars behind us got running side by side. This is great. Keep it up. We're running single file here, not racing. This is fantastic. All right, folks, lap 43. Or no, this is me. This is not Andre. Yeah, lap 43. Pit stop's coming in about a couple of laps. I'm going to experiment, try to do maybe do something different with pit road. It's just these long curved pit roads. It's really hard to make sure you can watch your favorite driver the whole way. But sometimes there's really no fix for that. It's just tough. I am still a big proponent of having the camera at the beginning of pit road when cars are coming onto pit road, so you can immediately catch your driver and then follow him rather than them coming from, the other way. You know what I'm saying? Like I did at Talladega, which I just did that for fun, just to change the pace a little bit.
The leader is
I
now
don't know.
on pit road.
Three Amigos. We'll pit with Three Amigos. I should have called that out before pit stops began. Greg Sachs. I don't know what the hell he's doing on pit road before everyone else. No one else goes down pit road with him.
Pit road.
Three Amigos. Are they making a power move here? Nothing yet. We've really pulled away from that group behind us. Three Amigos, come on, make your move. Okay, good. Paul Revere didn't go in, Paul Revere did go in. Three Amigos didn't. That could have easily been flipped there.
Top 20, buddy. Keep
Anytime I can
hustling.
stay out longer during a pit road problem, the better. But there goes Three Amigos. This whole
4, 5.
the whole
is
gang's
speed limit,
going in here.
45, 4,000 in second.
Let's see. I looked during happy hour. That might.
The leader is now on
There you go.
pit road.
Did Bret Hart just hit me?
Just a
I don't know.
flag. We'll be ready.
I think Bret Hart and Bart Simpson got into it there. I heard some banging. All right, here we go. Let me out.
Go, go, go. Get going there. Keep it
Excellent.
Under 4, 5, 45, 4,000 in second.
Tell you what, I think I saw Jolly Green Giant. He's my big nemesis in the points race
The
now.
leader is now on pit road.
All the other cars have kind of
Watch
fallen
your
off.
speed. 4,002nd. Clear pit lane. Get going there.
I think in some weird universe, if I win this and a couple cars finish really badly, I would clinch the points race. This race. No, I couldn't. Never mind. I only came in 10 points. Yeah, I can. I don't know. We'll see. I only came in, what, 10 points ahead? 7, something like that? Yeah, it'd be impossible to do that here. All right, good round of green flag pit stops. Nice. There's always the chance of those merges on the backstretch leading to disaster. It actually looks like something happened. I see some tire marks heading down into pit road. Something happened that didn't even bring out a call out from the spotter. Sally Ride showing a lap down right now. Guessing she was involved. It's the most logical conclusion one can make. So yeah, pit stops to cycle through. You're gonna see where your favorite driver's at. We got to pay those bills. Go to commercial.
With 105 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro after those pit stops, Larry Bird in the lead for AC Racing. Whitney Houston up there as well. AC Racing, don't forget, they can still save some money here. $3 if one of those AC Racing drivers can win. Elton John for Angel Olvera. A little bit further down in the Owners' Championship, but still merits mentioning. Greg Sachs has dropped to P4 after the pit stops, but still just a jolt. A jolt of adrenaline here for the entire NASCAR community, Gumby Nation. Steve Irwin, P5. Jumping into 6 through 10, we got Jennifer Kay's Dale Earnhardt sitting there. Russ Wheeler pointing at him in his rear view. Muhammad Ali sucks, but 9 and 10, man. The babes. I mean, I've been dealing with the babe all race. Elvira with that dress or shirt, whatever she's wearing, showing all the stuff. Betty Rubble and Wendy Peppercorn. It's just the top 2 babes. Those are the 2 I would pick for, like, I don't know, if they wanted to do something with me at the same time. Those are the 2 I would pick for sure. But I'm not going to force anything on them. Anyway, we'll be back here at PBS Motorsports for more of this hot action. Reynolds Wrap 160, race 28 to 30, the whole deal. We could go through the whole thing, Winston Cup Series, blah. But we'll be back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here on PBS Motorsports.
A noble warrior advised, the art of protection springs from within. One must stay vigilant against one's unfragrant perspiration, lest one provoke a hostile response. Thus, the Norse ritual is Right Guard Sports Stick. An aromatic array of the freshest scents and maximum protection against disarming wetness. Confirming the wisdom, the best defense is not to offend. Right Guard Sports Stick. Anything less would be uncivilized.
All right, welcome back, folks. We're on lap 81. Skipped a sizable chunk there. The Reynolds Wrap 160 at North Wilkesboro. Getting a look at the lead cars there, the AC Racing duo of Whitney Houston and Larry Bird. Whitney Houston has overtaken Larry Bird during the commercial break. Getting some excellent shots there from the Oscar Mayer. The big hot wiener in the sky. Amelia Earhart at the controls. What I want to do for you right now is set you up with a field snapshot. See exactly where all your cars have figured out here in the, what? I forget what I was going to say. But yeah, we're going to set up a field snapshot here and so you can find where your cars have ended up during the commercial break. That's it. And here you go. You know what? I'm guilty. Sometimes I forget what I'm talking about because I got Elvira here in these cans right beside me all race long. I can barely concentrate. It's ridiculous. And you wear that kind of shirt, what do you think is going to happen? And it doesn't mean you wear something like that and, you know, abuse, catcalls, assaults, opinions of your character. None of that is justified. But when you wear a shirt like that, come on. Like, you're going to get some stares. So at least be like, oh, they're staring, not just like, how dare they stare? You know, no. Why are you wearing the shirt? And I know there's female empowerment involved there and wearing what you want, but also, you know what you're doing. Like, stop everyone talks about gaslighting. Gaslighting means you're basically trying to convince someone that their reality is wrong. Like what they're perceiving with their years of intuition and logic in their brain, you're trying to convince them, no, you're wrong in what you're seeing right now. Your senses are wrong. No, we know what you're doing with those shirts. But I'm not going to say, so cut it out. Keep it going. I love it. It's amazing. Whitney Houston, Larry Bird in the lead here. Elton John, Steve Irwin, Greg Sachs dropped down to P5. Dale Earnhardt up there. Betty Rubble and Wendy Peppercorn, the Babes up there, P9, P10. Other big names here, points-wise, Benedict Arnold, Ari Kaiser, P13. Walter Sobchak, P14. Speedy Gonzalez, Ari Kaiser, P17. George Costanza for Jennifer, P22. Willie Shakespeare had a couple of bad laps, and Wayne Deadwillie had to kick him in the nuts and get around him. But he's been able to hold firm there in P26. Harry Balls back there in P30, and Robin Hood, P39. So CMR 21 not having the best race right now. But pit stops are coming, and we got through the first round without incident. It could be different this time. But anyway, send it down to Wayne.
Car outside.
All right, thanks, Andre. Yeah, I agree with all that. Very good points you just made.
Car outside. Stay low.
But yeah,
Stay low. Car
I agree. Well, you didn't really get into it, but I hate when people use the word gaslighting and you're gaslighting me, but they don't really know what they're saying. They're like, oh,
Stay low.
yeah. But gaslighting is basically, that'd be like me trying to convince you that right now I'm in P25, but that'd be me trying to convince you that I'm running P3 right now.
Clear. Car high there. Still there.
And I think the origin of the term comes from some movie even back in the 40s called Gaslight, which was basically
Clear up top.
the same. It was kind of a situation where, some of those 40s movies, the premises were ridiculous as far as
Clear.
the plots not being the social norms of 2023. And I think the plot of the movie was a guy just driving his wife to madness, trying to mess with her reality and stuff. So that's where the term comes from.
Car outside. Still there.
All right, we're on lap 95. We got to be careful for pit stops. I just saw that someone dipped down. We are getting ready to go. Where'd my three amigos go?
Still there.
I was following them all commercial break. I see them up here, so when they pit, I pit. I'm sticking with them like I did
Still there.
the first round.
Clear up top.
I'm guessing Greg Sachs is already on pit road. He's on that early pitting bullshit. I'm keeping an eye on three amigos. Nothing yet. I'm glad I didn't pick Joe Montana. Teammate.
The leader is now on pit road.
Three amigos have to be going in here.
Keep hustling.
Nothing yet. I like it.
leader is now on pit road.
All right, 3 amigos going in. Jerry Punch staying out. Dr. Jerry Punch staying out.
45, 4,000 in second.
All right, here we go. No yellow flags when I'm on pit road, please. I think Bob Ross is already pitted. I don't have to worry about him coming in and giving me the business. No yellows. Let's get another good round of green flag pit stops here.
Pit road.
That would be fantastic. Joe Montana must have gotten beat up. He's still on pit road here.
Get going there. 4-5 is the speed limit. 45, 4,000 in second.
Where's 3 amigos? I see him. All right, so
Clear pit lane. Get going there.
take her easy here. Don't bleed up onto the track.
Merge when you can.
Wow, Willie Shakespeare, excellent pit stop. Ended up ahead of me here. I still didn't check to see what happened on the first round of stops with all those tire marks. I'm guessing it was Sally Ride. I guess that wasn't Joe Montana I called out on pit road, because here he is coming out right now. So I don't know. Hell, I was following Jerry Punch before pit stops. Here he is.
Stay low, car up top.
But I am going to make that pass.
Be careful here. Stay low, car up top. Clear, clear.
Look at that. Look at the AI behaving. Another good round of green flag stops. We were having problems in the first North Wilkesboro race. I mean, yeah, it really just comes down to randomness.
Car outside.
That the issue isn't merging down on the pit road. It's just cars trying to come on and off around the same spot. That's tough.
Clear up top.
But yeah, by this point, we've probably most likely been able to cycle through the standings. And if we go green the rest of the way, we might have splash and goes with 10, 12 laps to go. So my theory, or my game plan, is to make sure I save my tires, because I might need an extra 10, 12 laps out of them here. So I'm going to do whatever I can to save tires here. Larry Bird has overtaken Whitney Houston for that lead. Yeah, Joe Montana something did happen to him. He's 2 laps down. So I guess he was coming on to pit road. Or no, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really confused. Seems like that's a hot battle up there for the lead. Larry Bird and Whitney Houston keep on trading it back and forth. One of my main objectives right now is to not get into Willie Shakespeare, the Donnie L car, an owner in the championship race. Don't want to end their season here. But yeah, I'm running mid-pack. That's good. Start mid-pack at Dover. Hopefully get a top 10 there. Start at the back at California. That'd be great. Or Auto Club. And there's going to be a big movers and shakers there. The field is like 4 or 5 wide in turn 1 on the start, so there's going to be some numbers there for sure. But yeah, I think I'm going to skip a few. I got nothing to, season's winding down. I've said a lot of stuff. I got nothing to talk about right now. Oh, no, never mind. What is this? Oh, shit.
Come on, keep digging, race back to the stripe. Pit road is
Oh, my God. This is
closed.
right on the pit window, too. We have 49 to go at the line coming up here.
Okay,
Joe-
we're under caution there. Whoa, we're up. That was some good racing.
Had to,
buddy.
Joe Montana had to have
Get
been
behind,
involved.
the 9 car.
Okay, I'm telling you what.
Okay, man, pit road is open for business.
This has to be 4 tires. This has to be 4 tires and fuel.
45 is the speed limit. 45, 4,000 in second.
This has to be 4 tires and fuel.
Half can of fuel. You got it.
This has to be 4 tires and fuel. I'm like willing it into existence here. Okay,
The pace car
they're putting on 2 rights.
turn 1.
Bob Ross, don't get into me. Good. Jolly Green Giant putting on 4.
Cars.
Speedy Gonzalez put on 2. This is going to muck things up a bit.
Go, go, go. Get going there. Jens did a good job on that stop. That's what I want to see. The pace cars on the back straight. 4-5 is the speed limit. 45.
Some of these cars that are
4,000
pitting better get out of pit road
cars in turn 3.
so they don't end up a lap down.
Hey, watch your speed. 4,000 in second. Clear pit lane. Get going there. Get behind the 29 car. Merge when you can.
Still hot action on pit road. Pee Wee Herman, Sally Ride. Although Sally Ride's pitting because she's a lap down. But that's the action on pit road.
All right, folks. We're going to have a restart come up here with, there's going to be 44 to go. Pit window here is 46 laps. So, these cars should be able to make it the rest of the way. But the one weird part of this is some cars only took on 2 right side tires there during those pit stops. Speedy Gonzalez did. I'm guessing Dale Earnhardt did. Dale Earnhardt is up there in P8. Speedy Gonzalez, P7. They've done a big jump up there, but they may fall in these standings later on in the race if they just don't have those tires. Anyway, Queen Elizabeth off of the track onto pit road. We'll talk about some more action here, folks, once we get this underway. I know next season, when I have a choice, I'll be taking 4 tires. I would be taking 4 tires in that situation, no question. And a lot of cars were thinking the same thing, but some cars played the track position game there, and we'll see how that plays out. Wayne Deadwillie restarted behind Reese Witherspoon here. She had a hell of a Talladega. You know, all the stuff with Gumby and the exciting finish to that race. Reese Witherspoon had she had a rough one. She was hard into the wall in the early wreck that led to the Tri-Oval disaster, and then she just got shoved to the bottom of the track in the Robin Hood Wayne Deadwillie incident later on in the race as well. So, but hey, BB Ruiz doesn't comment. And Reese Witherspoon and Walter Wright haven't been the best. Reese Witherspoon has been a massive disappointment. Whitney Houston, I believe she had the lead on this restart. She's been able to hold it. I know there's some lappers up there, and we've seen some of the crap that's happened. Sally Ride with that sweet 360 into pit road. Jennifer Kay was probably clutching her heart when she saw the eventual collision that was coming there between Sally Ride and Dale. But Dale just skirted through. Sally Ride did that sweet 360 backflip boner or whatever stuff they call skateboard moves, and was able to get into pit road cleanly. And then another owner had a scare there on pit road. R.A. Kaiser's Benedict Arnold got into Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman had the dreaded flash, had to stay on pit road for a few laps. which I'm guessing is just they're being towed. That's my theory. And then Joe Montana, we saw he brought out the recent caution, but we forgot to see what happened to him that made him a couple laps down. But we'll show that somewhere. At the same time, sometimes we won't. Later in the season, if it's not an important driver, sometimes we won't. Case in point, Talladega, Betty Rubble. And we still cared enough, because she has that nice little butt, we cared enough to show her, not live, but just, we had to make a new graphic moments ago to show that. So, good restart here. You probably can see what your favorite driver has done on this restart. We'll send it down to Wayne. I'm not sure what else he has to talk about this race, but he'll talk about it down there in that Radio Shack onboard camera.
Yeah, Andre, thank you. Good reporting this race, Andre. Top notch.
Car up high there.
And yeah, I don't think we're going to have a pit window issue here now.
Stay low.
Just hope that your car doesn't have to do a splash and go, I guess.
Stay low, car up top.
Andre, I forgot to mention Greg Sachs, I think, was P11 on this restart. Had a great start to the race, but just, you know, it's hard to fill in. It's hard to fill Gumby's shoes because he doesn't wear shoes. So, tell you what, that Talladega race,
20, buddy. Keep hustling.
those first couple laps after the Gumby wreck, and I was talking as Andre, and I was trying to be serious. Oh, I had tears in my eyes, laughing so hard, because every time I would start talking and try to be serious, all I could picture in my mind was Gumby's car flipping down the backstretch, and I could not stop laughing. No matter what, I could not stop. And obviously, you know, the initial shock value of that is worn off. But, oh, man. I was racing while I was talking like that, as you know. And my eyes were watering. I could barely keep it together driving. Oh. Too funny. I love being where I'm at right now. Not gonna be able to win. I'm only gonna win one race this season. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Dover and Auto Club I win back to back or something wild. But hell, this is all about consistency. I don't care. I could have won some other ones. I think one or two have been stolen from me, pretty much. I can't remember. I also can't remember the last restrictor plate track race I've won. I think Willy Wonka won one in my Willy Wonka season. And that's what keeps me coming back to those. Like, it has to perfectly line up at the end. I love it. And actually, that Gumby wreck interrupted me at Talladega when I was talking about. I'll definitely find a new Daytona and Talladega. I'm going to dig into I&I files this off season, in the winter.
Stay low.
Find out what makes them tick.
Clear up top.
Truly, like, I have a good idea on what a lot of things do, but I'm really going to roll up my sleeves and go nuts with it.
Outside. Clear up top.
Sometimes you don't want to see how the sausage is made, but I'm going to. I don't think I'm talking as Andre right now. So, we're good. And the only reason I bring up the I&I file is because I want a newer just newer eye sex candy. Or no, what?
Car up high there.
What? Eye candy.
Stay low, car up top.
Sex candy. Oh, there's that Sex and Candy song. I don't know why the hell that popped in my mind. But
Clear up top.
I basically want a track with
Clear up top.
modern looking, but with the same kind of racing. You know, that ebb and flow that we've gotten used to on those tracks. That's great. Like, I don't want to just fall in line behind a car.
Okay, we're
For
in the
45
home
minutes.
stretch Here, 20 laps to go.
I do not want to do
Clear,
that.
Clear. Still there. Still there.
I'm sneakily gaining some spots here at the end.
Stay low, car up top.
We got to keep an eye on Dale Earnhardt and Speedy Gonzalez if they start dropping because of their tires.
Still there. Still there. Clear, clear. Car up high there. Stay low.
And
Stay low, car up
I'll have to pit with Three Amigos if they pit here. That will throw a wrench into my plans. Any cars I'm passing for position here, they have to be on 2 tires. Walter Sobchak may have taken on 2. Not necessarily. Sometimes you just get caught up on the outside. That's all she wrote. Anyway, Andre, field snapshot here with 17 to go.
Yeah, buddy. Whitney Houston in the lead here. Still, Elton John, Larry Bird, Russ Wheeler, Betty Rubble, Earnhardt and Gonzalez haven't been dropping with those tires. Whitney Houston with a sizable lead here, relatively speaking. Greg Sachs in the Gumby machine has come back up into P9. We have Walter Sobchak there in P14 for Donnie L. Wayne Deadwilly there. Jennifer Kay has George Costanza. I think she has the dynamic duo here of the 2 best cars in that ownership group. Benedict Arnold back there, P21. Harry Balls, Robin Hood. Don't sleep on Robin Hood gaining these 11, 12 spots. He's running back of the pack for most of the race for CMR. But now he's gained 11, 12 spots. Don't sleep on those points that he's gaining there. And no big names there at the bottom of the field. Muhammad Ali's dropped to P. Shocker, I know. Running up front early. And he's dropped to P35. It seemed like he got stuck on pit road there. That was one of those cycles.
Just a flash. We'll be ready. Car outside. Car outside.
But hey, we got 17. By the time I'm done talking, there might be 14, 13 laps to go. It's going to get hot. I don't think we're going to see splash and go action, as Wayne said.
Clear, clear.
But who knows? Yeah. I'm going to try to do Elvira here.
Car up high there.
She's been giving me these eyes.
Clear up top.
And there's a difference between, I don't know. The funny part would be a gal like that giving you the hey, look at me eyes, and her giving all the signals, and then you approach, and she's like, what, huh, what is this? It's like, come on, what are you doing? So, anyway, we'll send it down to Wayne here for the conclusion of this race.
Thanks, Andre. Yeah, you know, sometimes it's hard to really
High there.
figure out all the signals that you're throwing and what they mean. And
Stay low, car up top.
I know me personally,
10 more laps to go. 10 to go.
as I've gotten older, I look back. As I've gotten older, and I realize exactly the games that are played when it comes to, flirting and everything. I look back on stuff that happened in college, and I'm like, wow, that girl wanted me in her bedroom. And I look back on it like 20 years. I'm like, oh man, that was so obvious that she was into me. And I just totally ignored it. We all, I don't care who you are, we all have the story. We all have a story like that you can look back and be like, man, I missed out on that one. I won't get into the anecdote, but I mean, there's a couple of them that are just like, damn it. Well, there's one. We're winding down the laps here. I don't know what's going on, but there was one where I live near Pittsburgh, so I went to a Penguin game, and somebody behind me, I forget exactly what happened, but somebody spilled nachos on my shorts, like nacho cheese or something. And this one gal who was in our friend group, she had a dorm near the Penguins arena, Duquesne University, it's called. And she had a dorm room right there, and we were all going to go out after to have a few drinks and everything and whatever, nightlife. And I was like, man, I don't want to go out there with these shorts like this. And she was like, hey, just come up to my dorm room real quick, and we'll see if we can get the stain out of that. And it's such a ridiculous premise for her. You know, she was looking for anything. I'm not some awesome catch, but she was into me. So she came up with this, like, she was gonna help me get cheese stain out of my shorts. Okay, and but I just immediately brushed it off. I was like, no, I'm good. I'll shake it off. Nobody cares. We're gonna be in dark bars anyway. No one's gonna see this cheese stain. Like, fast forward like 10 years, I'm just like, man, that was a lock. And I haven't run into her since I've come to the realization.
Two to go.
So, whatever. Anyway, Whitney Houston in the lead. Looks like she's going to take home the victory. We're not getting any green flag stops here. Splash and goes at the end. Really didn't expect to. There might be one or two stragglers, but no. If there are stragglers, I would have shown them in a pit camera. And we're just not going to have it. Oh, man. P15 starting P30. This is great. That's just Wayne Deadwilly at the top of his game down the stretch. Jolly Green Giant, though, is going to be gaining some points on me in the overall cup standings.
Okay, it's over. We'll regroup, go back to the drawing board.
Really an uneventful kind of...
lady has sprung. Let's get out of here.
Uneventful North Wilkesboro for the most part. Good racing. It's fun to race the track, but probably not the most intense stuff. Not a lot of cautions either. Anyway, here we go. Dead on.
Hey,
Trying to flip.
Over, buddy. Pull into the pit. Nope,
Nothing. There's just no banking there. It's tough to do that.
Digging, reach back to the stripe. There's debris all over the track out there.
That's all she wrote. Bob Ross, you son of a bitch. That's all she wrote. All right, let's take a look at these results. Whitney Houston gets the win for AC Racing. We drop that down to $79. Hell yeah. And then we have... don't sleep on Speedy Gonzalez's big jump here for R.A. Kaiser. Jolly Green Giant got a big jump for him because I don't know. I want him to stay in the top 10, but I don't want him to challenge me for the overall Cup championship there. I gained 15 spots this race. That was hot. George Costanza gained a bunch there for Jennifer. Earnhardt up here too. I'd say Jennifer, not comfortably. I'm just saying, relatively speaking, she's easily going to be in the lead after this race with 2 races to go for that Owners' Championship. The back half of the results, Benedict Arnold, Ferrari Kaiser, CMR21 had Harry Balls and Robin Hood. We talked about Robin Hood during the race, gaining some, at the ass of the field and was able to pick up some spots. Might have to circle those when it gets down to it here. And yeah, Paul Revere never got anything going. Sally Ride did that awesome 360 spin onto pit road. Benedict Arnold survived that incident with Pee Wee Herman on pit road that I highlighted. And then Joe Montana and R.L. Stein got into something. If those were like bigger players, I would have... Because I didn't even see that before I recorded that round of pit stops. If that was the big names, I would have had to have restarted that recording and zoomed in on that, but whatever. I was wondering, because I remember during the race, I was like, what the hell, Montana, he shouldn't be on pit road, and that's why. And then the bonus points, Whitney Houston led the most laps. Greg Sachs, totally forgot to mention Greg Sachs there in the results for Gumby there. Because all through the race, I'm hyping up that storyline, and then here I'm just like, oh yeah, that was the storyline. But Yeah, Greg Sachs led a bunch of laps there early for Gumby. All these points go toward Gumby. And then Jolly Green Giant, Benedict Arnold, and Sally Ride get the extra bonus points here for the 3 fastest laps of the race. And that's it. 2 races to go. Let's not even talk too much here. We have Dover and Auto Club coming up. We'll take a look at those points before the Dover race, obviously. And Dover, I think you can get a lot of movers and shakers there, so that's going to be interesting. But yeah, we'll take a look at those points. Having fun here down the stretch. It's getting crazy. For Skip Ripley and Andre the Giant, this is Wayne Dead Willie. Thanks for watching.